Hello, mid schools, high school baseball, absolutely. This was going to be the third game in the row. Monday, what a game that Ithaca gets were able to pick over freely. Yesterday was Academy taking on Conference. Well, if you been yesterday, you know Rain just made that game. We're ready for could be a little so, but it is Standish who comes in at 0-1. Bluejays and out there, and I said we're I'm with high school baseball get started early, and if the video's not what it usually is, we've had connect field, so we dropped out. Consider this an audio only. That's fine. Plate here. 13-0-1 Standish. Their only tie is to a Garber team that they in 5 innings. 3-1. This is on the season either for Jays. It is so right now. Standish at the top of the Jack Pine Conference. Them one conference loss and a tie for the Shepherd Bluejays. Clare also right there. Beaverton also right there. These two games today will go a long way in deciding who is going to win that Jack Pine Baseball Conference. Going to take a break here on our Woods Household pregame show on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. When we come back, depending, I think Shepherd's going to go now take infield, but it also looks like Standish is ready to bat, so we could come back with first pitch. We could come back with more pregame show. We'll go through the lineups when we come back. It is the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Shepherd Baseball coming up next. For over 4 decades, ENS Graphics has delivered confidence, trust, and peace of mind by providing their customers with expert service and using state-of-the-art technology. We all know in sports, what's on the inside counts the most. But when it comes to your business, school, organization, what's on the outside does matter. If your business needs anything printed, ENS Graphics can do it. If you want your club, team, organization to look good, ENS can help with that. They take your vision and make it their mission. ENS Graphics, a proud support of the Mid-Michigan community. Visit ENS Graphics or visit their website.
Hey guys, it's Amy from Park Modular Homes. I'm here to talk today about we've experienced also have an project manager who are we're proud to have these rates.
Central national anthem. Ready for it right now. One more work lineups. We will have 3-1, 0-1 stand on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Your banking experience. You understand the importance of personalized service, providing solutions that have unique needs. Thus, change, stronger communities, experience banking. Make the switch today. Experience banking beyond.
com. 04 the new fireworks coach show volunteer sport during fireworks 20 sky up by the magic arrows. Sterling, all them tied one with after they won and undefeated, just one jag pine. Sam, big lefty on the mound. Behind the plate will be the senior Tucker. And at first base, junior Braddock. Playing the senior Michael Paul. Batting order, Caden Young hitting for him. Third base, short, sophomore. Left field, Travis out in center for Brady. Out in right, the junior Bryce. Standish. Trace Collins is lead things off. Behind him, Ben Briggs will be playing second base. In the number 3 spot, Sam Briggs. He plays Riley Blanchard. Standish Sterling. He plays at Carson Coyne will be behind the plate. Bartlett will be playing first, 7th. Batting 7th. The pitch can playing left. Batting 9th, playing Wendell. Collins face the one time here against up a big in that game. You look most of the way through. A very impressive victory for first pitch. Collins left. That's going to miss low. 2. 3-1 shot. 0-1. What hole you rank on, you're going to find Shepard honorable 20 in the other poll. So I said it'll go a long way in the side. Jack Pine baseball from King. That one's a little too get over to the back. Collins. Behind the plate. Wow. Deals. This one's the backstop. 2-1 now. The on deck behind Sam Briggs. Coming up after Collins. Again, King plate is Van Alsten. Fisher out in center. King just high, holding off on that high heat. Kyle steps back. Wings set to get underway as battle there between that one side, and so it will be a walk for the first for Standish. Will get on base, thought I can get a hit out there. She parked ball there. That's a back. King, I think Collins in there now, walking the leadoff. Out. Now step. Ben Briggs, he takes strike. Over on the softball field. On the mound. A birthday girl today. Birthday for Miss Curtis. Congratulations to her. Miss 1-1 now. The count. Sam Briggs. Sam King on the mound. Not really checked. One's going to miss low. 2. King fell first back. 2-1 for Sam King. He wides and deals. Check swing. Briggs 2-2 now. Coming into this game at 0-1 tie. Really good team. It's probably the only way. That's going to miss full to plate. Sam going on behind us on both of these games. Matchup could decide. Boys goes. Nice play from Fitz for the out. So Briggs back all there. But ultimately grounds. And that's just the here. Over in time for the dealing with the number kind of a crouch stance on Standish Sterling. Blue with the white sharp. It was last week when the Yankees here with that one. Upper Bluejays out, all whites. The Blue Jay on the left chest, number on the right chest. Here comes the 1-1 from Sam King. Excellent location. Briggs count is now. Punch out here. Look at the score list. Blue Jays. Sterling. Here in the Jack Pine Conference. Today. Only be calling that. Made the joke to a couple people is by next year. Pad out here, and then maybe game one will can go back after that. Happen again here after that foul. Time behind King have a whole lot. Pair of seniors out. One's going to be popped. Field for Bryce Smith. He tracks it. Able to make it's Standish Sterling. Top of the first. Our friends. Custom Fab. Loans, Weefridge Financial, and Woods House. Big spot. Brought to you by all of my places. Robinson. Michigan Sports Network. Back with more Shepherd Base. Get your yard. Martinez Lawn Care. Martinez Lawn Care is getting cleanups now. Bush and tree trimming. Landscape. Scheduled bowling. Lawn Care on 5536. Weefridge Financial knows it can be in retirement and investment planning. Experience, power, work with an dedicated to your success. Visit WeefridgeFinancial.com. Visit them in downtown Mount Pleasant. Call or text 989-378. Financial member FDIC. Konwinski Construction offers a full range of construction services on small and large projects. Konwinski Construction is a leader in the community and are proud to support those student athletes our community tomorrow. Kanwinski Construction on Gover Parkway.
Let's head to action on the Michigan Sports Network.
Barbary Law, Kanwinski Construction. NJ Auto, Mumford Oil, GNS Mechanical, and our friend public schools. Down, but still can get a pair of pros. And actually, that military, big shout out. Continue to learn here. Preston swing through. Down is Preston for Standish Sterling. Behind the plate is Coin. First base. Here, 1-1. That's 1-1. At second base, and Briggs. At third is at short, Wendell. Out in left, Ty Yorton. Out in going to be popped. It's going to be a play for the bounces off of off the back. Out of the outfield, you've got Ty Yorton. Got Trace Collins, and out in right field, you've got Briggs. Fisher, count is bottom of the first. King got the top of the first. This one will be foul. Line out of play. Just foul towards the pitcher's ready to step back in. Do the count. Again, we're bottom of the first inning. Fisher back. Awaits the 1-2. One's going to be high. 2 on that one. For the catcher. 2 to the count. Fisher. Con winds and deep. It's going to be a foul. Alive just barely is Tristan Fisher. 2 count. Nobody out here. Bottom of the first inning. We're scoreless. Separate 0. Has yet to lose on this year. Only one. Fisher's going to play. Really nice this game for the Blue Jays. Foul. This will be pitch number at bat here. Three and 2. Is Fisher waiting? Lead-off walk for, and with the speed, very dangerous to take a guy like Brady coming up, who very capable. If you are head coach, Robinson batting from the left to me. First, Fisher wide and deep. Going to be high 1-0. Robinson down, gets in a stand. Be over for a strike. The count to Brady Robinson. He'd love to have an drive and a run. The run if they are able to runner from first. It's 1-1 again. We're standing nobody. Days. After that one is right. I wanted the like it might have been not going from first base. Count now 1-2. And from the right side is Robinson, as I said a couple times. I read down as the pitcher gets. This one's going to be hit toward play. They're looking for the lead in time. Now look, it's going to get from first. Fantastic job from behind.
away first base. He was there. If he's not there, he's able to take that field, move up to second base. Behind the plate from Carson. Sam stepping up to the plate. And he's batting from the right side against the righty. Like whenever I do that with a baseball bat the opposite way they hit, you know that time into the pitch is going to be over for Sam King. One first base is fielder's choice. Good job getting that lead runner out at second. King digs back in for the 0-1. He's going to foul this one off back behind the plate, counting out 0-2. So pretty much all these high school baseball players seem to just kind of stand right over the plate. And I was always one of those guys. I'm stepping back a little bit, but I just feel like they got a lot more confidence with a bat in their hands than I ever did back in my days of Farm League. 0-2 the count to King. Bottom of the first inning. One out. Bluejays. Panthers. That one's going to be high. 1-2 now the count as they try and get King to chase. And I do have a score update. Already 3 runs on the board for the Lady Jays in the bottom of the first inning versus Standish Sterling. And just 1 out. We're still scoreless here with 1 out in the bottom of the first. King's actually going to get plunked on that one. He is a lot tougher than I am as he heads down to first base. And you wonder, you hope that's not going to affect his throwing at all. But as I said moments ago, King shrugs that off. He's up the bench, says, I'm good to go, guys. And here comes a big spot already in this game. First and second, and we've only got one. Van Al clean up. Air runners on here in the bottom. And Alstein relaxes with that bat shoulder. Now the catcher coin out and have with Kahn. And all that back in. Lead out at second base, Brady Robinson. Lead from Sam King as he's not going. Robinson does. And Stein, ready to rock. Right over that plate away. Pitch. It's going to go back down. Bounced away from first base. It was a fantastic throw down. It skirted away barely from Bartlett. I don't know how it would have been a. But when you're King, you can't get caught like that when there's a runner. 1-0 the count. And Alstein take one count now. Up hitter for the Blue. For you went one for the first. Bottom of the first, Fisher. Then it was a fielder's choice. King was hit by a pitch. 2-0 the count to Alstein. More time is taken. Give some love to Isabella Berry Field and a boomer's long. From Kahn. It's 3-0 now the count. Younger brother of Tucker Van Alstein. And he's just a sophomore, but not the sophomore you want up with the bases loaded. None of these sophomore hitters are for Shepherd. 3-0 the count. And Van Alstein, the cleanup hitter, real curious to see if he's got the green light here, if he's going to be taken all the way. So you imagine Kyle's going to try and put one right down the middle here. He doesn't want to walk another runner and load him up. That will be in for a strike. Not right down the middle, though. Still kind of painted that corner out there, did Kahn. Van Alstein steps back in. Runners lead away from first and second. Big moment early in this ballgame. Bottom of the first inning. Cleanup hitter at the plate for Shepherd. 2 runners on. Van Alstein's going to call time out. Of then going out. Doozy's ice cream. Pretty good after this one. Rick and stitches for Britches. Big from Van Alstyne. One to the train. High School is third. They're at 310 down 85 and 355 is the train. Shepherd. Steinset. Kahn. And deals. It's going to be out. 4. And so the hit, but they now have Robinson was hit by a pitch, walked heading down to first base. Now here comes Ethan Alstein, the third baseman, with the bases loaded for the He steps back in. Base coach Weiss for the side. They're scoreless, and the Bluejays have the base. Pull. It actually hit him as he leaned back. That's about as you can get right in Van Alstyne. Way out of that one. That's still over. Break. Count. Van Alstyne sends this one foul out. You would love to get a Van Alstyne checks down to the count. All of the outfield here will score one for the Blue Jays. Maybe one even deep in the inning. They are playing in at third. As he goes down on strike time, punch out there from. Here comes Caden Yunker to the plate. He's DH pun playing at second base. See Yunker in game 2. We're scoreless in the bottom of the first. Loaded. Deck. And strikes you would have loved. Makes Standish is going to be popped out of play. Coyne making sure Kahn has the right pitch. Kahn and Coyne, pitcher catcher here. Kind of a couple fun names to say together. Yunker digs back in. Kahn has the sign. He winds and deals with the 0-1. That's going to miss high. 1-1 the count. And if I'm Preston Kahn here, I want to make sure I stay ahead of the hitter. You've already walked 2 batters and hit another here in this first inning. Kahn winds and deals. Big swing and a miss. Now they want to check the runner down at first base. Back safely, just barely over there, is Tucker Van Alstyne. They actually have a pinch runner in for Van Alstyne as well. Runner for Van Alstyne is Caden Brown. 1-2 now the count to Yunker. Bases loaded. 2 outs. Bottom of the first inning. Big moment right here. Kahn winds and deals. It's going to be sent down the first baseline. What a catch over at first base. Using all the range was Brock Bartlett, and that was a line out, not a pop out to first base. And that surely would have scored 2 for the Blue Jays, but no runs, no hits, no errors, but 3 left on for the Blue Jays as they can't bring around the walks. We're going to send it out to a break. We'll be back with the second inning here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
When your team or business needs to look good, don't get left hanging. Call or stop by Hanging by a Thread in Wademan, the official embroiders for the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Hanging by a Thread, a proud supporter of local schools.
J&J Auto in Wademan is Mid-Michigan's elite automotive repair shop. J&J Auto offers complete collision repair and mechanical repair. Stop by on Wademan Road or call them today at 989-644-8908. J&J Auto, proud supporters of high school student athletes.
Value is not just a price. When you buy something for your home, it's an investment. Knowing that you're getting a great deal and service after the sale is priceless. At Woods Household, we only carry quality products for your home at competitive prices. Furniture that is attractive and durable. Comfortable mattresses that last for years. Flooring that stands up to wear and tear. These are all products that last by trusted name brands like FlexSteel, Serta, Whirlpool, and many more. So shop the Woods way.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back to our Barberry Law Studios, built by Konwinski Construction, here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network in Shepherd today for some Blue Jay baseball as they take on Standish Sterling. We are headed to the second inning. We are scoreless. Standish went 1-2-3. A little bit more dramatic for the Blue Jays at the plate. Preston Kahn walked 3 Blue Jays, but ultimately didn't have to suffer for it as he was able to get a strikeout and a line out to first base from Caden Junker. It was a big-time play from Brock Bartlett over at first base from Standish. First pitch is going to be over for a strike. Excellent bender there to Riley Blanchard. It's 4-5-6 for Standish. Riley Blanchard, Carson Coyne, and Brock Bartlett. Any one of them get on, we'll see the pitcher, Preston Kahn. Stepping back in is Blanchard. Kind of an open stance, batting from the right side. He's going to pop this one up. Not an easy play for King. He dives and makes the catch. Ooh, boy, that was one where I wish I had my main man Gursky here doing the video, because making an unbelievable play. Our Bill's custom fabrication of the game so far is the pop out to the pitcher. What an diving catch. King coming into foul territory. What a big time. Here, Coyne. Number 5 spot. On that inside strike. After that, you're thinking, make sure you give my guy that call. I'm out. An open stance from the way ready on the mound. One in, it's going to be fouled. Field line must get fouled. Line ended up being probably 2 to 3 feet from being in territory when it initially bad. It didn't look like it was any trouble, but just to the count. We're here in the still scoreless to Sterling. Here's behind me on for the ladies from Standish. Blue Jays able to get out of it, beat it 4-0. Field heading to the bottom of the baseball field. It's the takes his Coyne, not able to catch up past that time as Sam Panach on the mound time to get now. Brock Bartlett, the first inning for Standish, definitely saving at least 2 runs on the line out from Caden Junker to end that first inning. Big swing and a miss on the first pitch from Bartlett. If you join us just on Facebook today, we'll have this video downloaded and uploaded to YouTube later today or tomorrow. But with the connection issues, wanted to kind of drop the quality to see if everything was going well. Still had that old slow internet connection pop up a couple times. Tough play for Easton Junker at third base, but he's able to make it in time. That's one of the, you write it as a ground out to third base, but if that would have got deep in the hole, I don't think Fisher would have had enough time to make the play to get Bartlett over at first base with his speed. 2 up for the Shepherd Blue Jays. It's Bryce Smith, Braddock Payne, and Jake Travis. We'll keep things right here. Thanks to more of our fantastic sponsors. Bryce Optograph and Joe Wentworth with Pradium Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates, JJ Painting and Martinez Lawn Care, Central Michigan Sand and Gravel, Block Electric, The Diner, All Seasons Fireworks, Bryant Family Farms, who have subscription flowers you can get in on ordering right now so your mom can have those beautiful flowers all summer long, not just for Mother's Day. Much love going out also to our friends at Pier Plumbing, Isabella Bank, the official embroiderer of the Mid-Michigan Sports Network, hanging by a thread, along with our friends at Kenneth Egger DDS, the Fisher Company, Central Concrete, Central Asphalt, and Fisher Transportation, WW Construction, Bogwai, Banga, and Bradley, Gross Farms and Brad Gross Electric, and Schaefer's Bait and Sporting Goods. And as you know, we're coming to you from the Barberry Law Studios, built by Konwinski Construction. Much love going out to Gates Drilling and Service, the Bird All-American Grill, Clark Magic Homes, Weefridge Financial, along with Woods Household Appliance, our pregame show sponsor. And the Bills Custom Fab fabrication of the game. I think we saw it for the first out there in the top of that second inning as Sam King left the mound to make an unbelievable diving catch in foul territory down the first baseline. That was also to get the cleanup hitter, Riley Blanchard, to foul out in foul territory. Back on the mound is Cotton. Again, he walked 3 in that first inning, but ultimately, if you're him, does it really matter? No, it doesn't, because you were able to strand 3. They've gone 6 up, 6 down for Standish through 2. Again, a little bit different as there was 3 walks drawn for the Shepherd Blue Jays, but the outs came via fielder's choice. A strikeout in that line out to first base with the bases loaded for Mr. Yunker. Bottom of the second inning. We're scoreless. Due up for the Jays. It is 7, 8, 9, and back to the top of the order. The first pitch is Bryce Smith. 0 on the count. Earlier this Weber Brothers saw the game as he rocked left field. I think in an insurance run. The Blue Jays. Again, we've done so many softball games. A bit 0-2 now the count. Smith digs back in. Really high. Khan steps to the pitcher, but for Khan as he had to come off the mound for that ball. Smith, who of the game, he could drive of the game or the drill of the game. For oil and gas. Braddock Payne now step the left side. The outside corner. And with a wave of the back in. Baseman. And 1. And Payne, whether it's the ball field or the basketball court, again awaits the 1-1. 1 count. Swing this time for on the out on strikes. Big pitch there. Now Blue Jays. Third baseline to get that sign from Coach Weiss. With 2 outs, Travis definitely a threat. This one outside, 1-0. He's back in on the right. Winds and deals. Oh, the count. On deck. His first time. And as the choice with the next batter. Big time from Travis. 1 now. The fielder for fouled off. Coin was all over that one. 2 to Travis. Looks down that third base. He's got the correct signal. Mound. Second inning. Miss inside will run the count full to 3-2. Here from Travis. Lady Jays on the softball 0 in the bottom of the second inning. Still scoreless baseball diamond. That one's going to miss 4. To do again in this. Me could slam the down there, number 9, and your job over. Doing that there. Here comes. This is Travis. Bottom of the second inning. We're scoreless. Here, Standish 17-0. Fisher is going to miss one. And Fisher's at bat the first time he was up when he fantastic. Fouled off a few as well. Here comes the 1-0. That's going to be 1-1 now the count. We start here. All diamonds a Shepherd. Kahn checks that runner at first. Not a big 2 outs. Here comes the 1. 2-1 now the count. Via fielder's choices. Two and one. So 2 and man Aidman down. Whole lot of twos up. Second end. 2 strikes to Tristan. Number 2 for the Bluejays. Fisher back from the right side. Kahn checks that runner at first. Again, not a big lead for Travis with those 2 outs. That one's going to be high. It's going to run the count full. And the count full as the fatter of the game for off the field as well. So when Fisher walked. Number 6, Kahn, the Bluejays. Travis is going. It's going to Fisher getting the call, getting Kahn. We are headed. We are Sterling. Bottom of the order. Kahn. Sports Network back. Homes from the buy, the build, beyond with their fantastic service department. Stop in to see their selection and purchase options today on Pickard Road or visit them online at modularhomesbyclark.com. Clark Modular Homes, supporting mid-Michigan youth in and out of the classroom.
Bill's Custom Fab can handle from large-scale projects.
Fresh baked subs, many apps, and much more. There's something for everyone at The Bird in downtown Mount Pleasant, where friends gather like family. The Bird, supporting high school sports in mid-Michigan for nearly 100 years.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back to the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Shout out to one of my big-time sponsors there, The Bird All-American Grill. I know Lois and the crew would want me to send another birthday shout-out to Lou Curtis, who is pitching right behind me and has the benefit of now a 7-0 lead. That's the score over on the softball diamond, 7-0. Here in the top of the third inning, we are still scoreless with Sam King and Preston Kahn dealing on the mound for both teams. At the plate is the pitcher, Preston Kahn. So pitching counterparts here facing off against each other here in the top of the third inning. 1-0 count, lefty King winds and deals. That one's going to miss low. And King had the play of the day so far. Bill's Custom Fab fabrication of the game for the first out in the second inning as he dove and caught the ball in foul territory off the pitcher's mound. Just a fantastic play from King. 2-0 is the count. That's going to be inside 3-0 now the count to Preston Kahn. Ty Yorton on deck. Case and Wendell behind him. Then it's back to the top of the order for Standish. King winds and deals. That's going to miss low for ball 4. So a 4-pitch walk for Preston Kahn. And you got the first base runner of the game for Standish Sterling. Shepherd's still looking for their first hit, but they've had 4 base runners on. They left them loaded in the first. Stranded 1 in the second. Top third, Scoreless. Runner on, first runner on for Standish Sterling. King winds and deals. It's going to be a sacrifice play. King fields it. The only play's over to first base to Payne. Payne makes sure that runner doesn't lead off from second at all, and so it'll be a sacrifice for Mr. Yorton, and I'll bring up Case and Wendell with that runner on second base. Runner at second now for Standish. Out. Third inning. He looked. He just barely got back. Short from Fisher as well. Also, in front of him is play there from Fisher for bouncing away from him. King winds and deals it to 1-0. At the plate, they are went around, counting out 1-1. Big shots, all possible for me to beat. I may have been a little bit. We're doing to finish that self the wet. Here comes a lead runner over at first base after a pair of sacks. Now heading up to the plate. They got a sacrifice bunts trying. Also watch out. Standish Sterling with at third base. Preston Kahn walked to start the end. A couple sacrifices from Yorton and Wendell. Now, obviously, you can reach base via a bunt, but they weren't really down the third base first. Just trying to make sure they moved that runner. Trace Kahn now at the plate. It was a full count when he struck out to start the game. King on the mound. First pitch from King is going to be high, 1-0. Standish coming into this 0-1. The Blue Jays coming in 3-1. Standish Pine play and one tie in Jack Pine play. And so a pair of victories that could put you in winning that Jack. They undefeated. And that was out. 6-1 the count, 2 out. Third inning. Lead off hitter. Third base for Standish. It's going to be set out to field. Smith makes the play from number 3. And big there again. You just run, but Bryce Smith get the Jays. That runner from might have been an in if it went all the way up. Lead off. We're going to take a break. Headed back on the third. Mr. King are now tied. Game. Zaid Batchelder, baller of the game, brought to you by our friends at Weefrich. Back with more. Bottom of the third. Shepard coming up to bat. We're scoreless here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Weber Brothers Sawmill has been in the sawmill and logging business since 1950. Weber Brothers Sawmill buys standing timber and logs all over central and northern Michigan with National Hardwood Lumber Association certification. You can be assured of a professional job, from the marking and cruising of your woods through the harvest. Weber Brothers Sawmill is a proud supporter of our local high school student athletes. Central Michigan Sand and Gravel, just like our student athletes, they bring it. If you need sand or gravel, they bring it to you with fast service and a great price. For all of your sand and gravel needs, call Central Michigan Sand and Gravel today at 989-382-7089. Central Michigan Sand and Gravel, a proud supporter of our student athletes competing for their schools. Mount Pleasant Heating and Air Conditioning has been family-owned and serving mid-Michigan since 1962. They're dedicated to providing the best possible solution for your home or business. Mount Pleasant Heating and Air Conditioning is locally owned and supports our local community. For all of your heating and air conditioning needs, call Mount Pleasant Heating and Air Conditioning at 989-772-2881.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back to the action here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network, coming to you live from our Barberry Law Studios, built by Konwinski Construction. Much love also going out to Gates Drilling and Service, Mills Custom Fab, The Bird All-American Grill, Clark Modular Homes, Weefrich Financial, and Woods Household Appliance. Brady Robinson leading off the bottom of the third inning here for the Blue Jays. He's quickly behind in the count 0-2 as Kahn is working quick on the mound. He's just going to reach out and foul this one off to stand live. Robinson did reach base in the first inning, was ultimately stranded on third, but that was via fielder's choice. He steps up 0 for 1. Matter of fact, through 3 for Shepard, through 2 for Standish. There has not been a hit yet. Been a bunch of base runners for Shepard via 4 walks, but only been 1 for Standish in that last inning. This one's also going to be fouled off by Robinson. The sophomore center fielder steps back in, still down 0-2. We're scoreless here in the bottom of the third inning. Nobody out for Shepard. This one's going to be a base hit past the shortstop. Excellent piece of hitting there for Brady Robinson. With him on first base, he is definitely a threat to steal as well. Sam King stepping up to the plate. We saw Standish kind of have 2 sacrifice bunts into the top of the third inning to have Trace Collins, the runner at third base. They ultimately could not bring him in. King steps in. Again, batting from the right side. He's on the mound, throwing left for the Jays. Robinson with a solid lead over at first base. Holding him on is Bartlett. That's going to sweep over the zone for a strike. An excellent pitch right there from Preston Kahn. If you're Sam King, looked like it was going to plunk you in the head at first and then just kind of sweeps all the way across and just nicks that outside corner for a strike. Going is Robinson. Here comes the throw from Coyne. It's a good one. They're going to nab him. What a throw from Coyne behind the plate as he gets nabbed out trying to go to second base. You talk about the Bills' custom fabrication of the game. I know the speed of Robinson. What a play from Coyne behind the plate to get that lead runner. And the first hit is gone. Poof. Just like that from a great play from your catcher. King steps back in. Bases are now empty. 1-1 count, 1 out for the lefty or the righty King. Throws left. Big swing and a miss on that one. 1-2 now the count. And Robinson got on at the leadoff single here in the inning, then was nabbed at second base trying to steal it from Coyne behind the plate. King's going to chop this one foul down the third baseline. Count will remain 1-2. Check back over on the softball field. Standish has got a run across in the top of the third inning. Shepard's back at the plate with a runner on second base. 7-1 on the softball field. We're still scoreless here in the bottom of the third. King just jumps out of that one. 2-2 now the count. So if you're Sam King, that one would have caught you in the ankle or something like that. That would have been no good for anybody. 1 out, bottom third inning. 2-2 the count to Sam King. Swings and misses at that one. It gets away from the catcher. Coyne does a great job taking his time, getting it down to first base for out number 2. And so you technically give Kahn credit for the strikeout right there, but a little bit of play from behind the plate as well. Here comes Tucker Van Alstyne. He walked to load the bases his first time up. Van Alstyne bat for the right side and kind of right on top of that plate for Preston Kahn. Doesn't really give him a whole lot of room there. We're scoreless in the bottom of the third. 2 outs for the Blue Jays. That sweeper is going to catch the zone once again for Kahn. And Kahn, after walking 3 in the first, seems a lot better here now. This one's going to be blasted out towards center field. Tracking. It's going to get over the head of Collins. A little bit of wind may have helped Van Alstyne there. He's going to be into second with a stand-up double. Collins thought he had that, but then all of a sudden that little gust of wind carried it a bit further out, and it's going to be a double for Van Alstyne. Easton Van Alstyne now stepping up to the plate. The runner in scoring position and 2 outs, and we do have a pinch runner coming in for the catcher, Tucker Van Alstyne. Caden Brown is coming in to run for the Blue Jays. Scoreless in the bottom of the third inning. Blue Jays have had 2 hits here in this inning. Brady Robinson single, but he was nabbed trying to take second base. Then it was a strikeout for Sam King, and then a double from Van Alstyne. Runner on second base with 2 outs here in the bottom of the third as the Blue Jays look to get on the scoreboard here. This one's going to be popped towards the pitcher. It's going to be caught by Kahn, and that will end the third inning. Send it out to another break here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. But this is kind of what you expected. We've got 2 really good pitchers battling it out on the mound with Sam King and Preston Kahn. They've got some great defense behind them. We're scoreless heading to the 4th inning. 17-0-1 Standish, 12-3-1 Shepherd. More when we come back here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Hey, Rowan. Want to toss the ball around?
No, thanks.
A quick game of chess?
Maybe later.
Want me to teach you to ride a bike?
Pop, we did all that when I was little.
I guess you're right. Marbury Law's kept me so busy, time has just flown by.
There is one thing, though. You got any cookies?
Thought you'd never ask.
Joe Wentworth with Pradium Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates is a proud supporter of our local high school student athletes, working hard and showing pride for our community. For all of your real estate needs, go with Joe. Joe Wentworth with Pradium Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates, 989-817-1291.
Block Electric Company is a proud supporter of local schools and high school student athletes, learning skills in and out of the classroom to lead our communities tomorrow. Good luck to all student athletes from Block Electric, and go Aggies! The action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back to our Barberry Law Studios, built by Konwinski Construction. More love going out to Weber Brothers Sawmill, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply, ENS Graphics, GNS Mechanical, Mount Pleasant Heating and AC, along with J&J Auto. Actually, a double from Van Alstyne. Should have talked about that timber of the game. Gates Drilling and Service, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply drill of the game. Definitely the hardest hit ball that we've had so far today with the double from Van Alstyne over the center fielder's head. However, they weren't able to bring him in. Oh, what a bunt down the third baseline. They wait for it to go foul. It stays fair. A good a bunt as you are going to see from Ben Briggs right there to get the leadoff runner on for Standish Sterling. That's going to bring up Riley Blanchard. Pardon me, that was actually... Nope, it is Sam Briggs at the plate. Pardon me. Briggs back from the right side. Ben Briggs, the lead over at first. They quickly throw it over. He's back in time. We're scoreless here in the top of the 4th inning. Sam King, Preston Kahn, both doing a fantastic job on the mound. They've also had some great defense behind them as well. King checks that runner at first. Get that lefty. It's always tricky at first base. Here comes a blast towards deep center field. Robinson tracking it. It's gone! A blast to center field for Sam Briggs. It's a 2-run home run as he smashes it over the center field fence towards the railroad tracks here at Shepherd. What a blast from Sam Briggs. And again, he may have got a little bit of help from the wind, but Standish Sterling is on the board, 2-0 now the score as the Briggs boys bring in 2 runs. Ben Briggs with the bunt single and then the 2-run bomb from Sam Briggs. Robinson tracked it all the way to the wall and looked like he stopped to gather underneath it a couple times. Very similar to what we saw in the last inning on the deep bomb from Van Alstyne that didn't get to the fence. That went carrying the baseball here a little bit at Shepherd High School on this Wednesday afternoon. Riley Blanchard, the cleanup hitter, now steps to the plate. He popped out to the pitcher, and it was an unbelievable catch from Sam King in the second inning to get him out. First 2 are going to miss, 2-0 the count. 2-0 our score here. Top of the 4th inning after the absolute bomb to deep center field from Sam Briggs. Blanchard steps back in. Big cut at that one. 2-1 now the count to the cleanup hitter playing third base for Standish. Another check over on the baseball field. Punch out for the birthday girl, Lila Curtis. Shepherd girls lead at 9-1 in the top of the 4th inning on the softball field. Back to the baseball field here. Top 4. A home run just moments ago from Standish Sterling has them up 2-0. That one's going to miss for Sam King. Count now 3-1 to Riley Blanchard. Carson Coyne is on deck. Flash a couple practice swings, open stance from the right side. Here comes the 3-1. Curveballs on the outside corner. Big time pitch there from Sam King. 2-0 now our score after the home run moments ago from Sam Briggs to deep center field. 385 mark. He absolutely blasted that one to straightaway center. That one's going to bounce in there. It'll be a walk to Blanchard. So still nobody out. 2 runs already across. Here comes Carson Coyne to the plate for the Blue Jays. Coyne, couple twirls of the bat. Checking that runner is King. Looking to get down the bunt is Coyne, trying to move that runner up from first to second. Sam King pitched 44-45 now at this point. Coyne steps out, looks down the third baseline. Make sure he's got the correct signal. Coach Ryan Raymond steps back in, ready to go with the 0-1. Top of the 4th inning. 2 runs already across for Standish Sterling. Got another runner at first. Showing bunt once again. It's going to be Pop trying to catch up with it as Van Alstyne, but it takes a while to try and stand up with all that catcher's gear on. Count is now 0-2. That'll take the bunt away from Coyne. Still has a chance to move that runner up to second base and Riley Blanchard. Brock Bartlett is on deck. He grounded out to third base to end the 2nd inning. Top 4. 2-0 our score. 0-2 the count to Coyne at the plate. Nobody out. Runner at first base. King with a quick throw over to first. Diving back easily is Riley Blanchard. King is on the hill, ready to go. Checks that runner. Checks him again, winds and deals. Over for strike 3. Big time punch out there for King. Here comes Brock Bartlett to the plate now. 1 out, top 4. Bartlett stepping up to the plate. 2-0 our score. 2 runs already across. It was a bunt single from Ben Briggs. Then Sam Briggs brought him in and himself with the 2-run home run to the railroad tracks here at Shepherd High School over the center field 385 mark. An absolute bomb from Mr. Sam Briggs moments ago. 0-1 the count to Bartlett. Short lead for Blanchard over at first. That great move from the lefty Sam King on the mound. You know, with that lefty out there, they don't have to turn, and they get that same motion going, whether they're going to home or going to pick you off. Just makes it a lot more difficult. If you've got a righty on the mound, they've got to snap and turn around and make that throw. And Quinn quickly throws it back over once again. Top 4, 2-0. Standish with the lead. 1 out, runner on first base. At the plate is Bartlett. 0-1's the count. They show bunt. They look to get that runner down to second. What a throw from Van Alstyne. They get that lead runner. Very rarely do you see 2 throwouts in high school baseball to second base. But we've got some great play behind the plate from Carson Coyne and Tucker Van Alstyne. Now, 2 outs, nobody on. Stepping back in is Bartlett. Count 1-1. What a throw from Van Alstyne behind the dish to get that runner. Curveball's over for a strike. 1-2 the count to Bartlett. Steps back in, getting right over the plate. The lefty King now with nobody on base. Winds and deals. Swing and a miss. Going down on strikes is Bartlett. So back-to-back strikeouts to end the inning for Shepherd. We're headed to the bottom of the 4th inning, but a bomb from Sam Briggs has now got Standish Sterling up 2-0 here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Send it out to another break. Back with more Jack Pine baseball right after this on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
The Diner, where homemade favorites come to life every day for breakfast and lunch. From fluffy pancakes to savory sandwiches, The Diner has your cravings covered. Discover the perfect blend of comfort food and camaraderie at the Diner. Join them every Friday night till 7 for their famous fish fry. The Diner on North Mission, Mount Pleasant.
Jenna Gates.
And Kyle Gates here. We are the fifth generation with Gates Drilling and Service.
We've been serving our friends and neighbors in Michigan since 1893.
We have the latest and greatest well drilling technology, allowing us to put in wells where others can't.
Lake lots and tight spaces are no problem.
From our family to yours, thank you, and call at 989-772-7841 for all your well drilling and service needs.
Gates Drilling and Service, where Gates goes, water flows.
Bryce Updegraff with Gradium Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates thanks the coaches and officials who put in the time to help student athletes achieve their dreams and goals. For all of your real estate needs, the Bryce is right with Bryce Updegraff. With Gradium Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates, 989-620-6595.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back to our Mid-Michigan Sports Network in our Barbary Law Studios, built by Konwinski Construction. So much love to go out to our friends. Weefrich Financial, sponsor of the Zaid Batchelor Baller of the Game. Woods Household, our pregame show sponsor. Clark Modular Homes. The Bird All-American Grill. Bill's Custom Fab. Gates Drilling and Service. And as I said, Barbary Law. Here comes Caden Yunker. He lined out to first base to end the bottom of the first inning. And it was a fantastic play from Bartlett at first. If Bartlett doesn't catch that ball and the same thing happens, we're actually tied at 2 in my opinion. That would have definitely brought in a couple runs. It was a fantastic play from Bartlett at first to nab it. 2-0 the score, bottom fourth inning. Standish, Sterling looking to stay undefeated. The Blue Jays looking to kind of make their way to the top of the Jack Pine Conference if they can get 2 victories here today. Yunker swings and misses at that one. He's quickly down on the count 0-2. Think about that Zaid Batchelor Baller of the Game, brought to you by Weefrich Financial. Obviously, we want to give it to a Blue Jay, and hopefully we got something happening here. But talking with Wyatt LeClaire during the break, Casey Haynes, Tyler McGuire are the only 2 guys we can think that put one out to center field over to the railroad tracks like we saw just moments ago from Sam Briggs. Just an absolute bomb from the Standish right fielder. Count is now 2-2 to Caden Yunker. That one's going to miss 3. Yunker. Bryce Braddock Payne, then Jake back to the top of the order for the Jays. Score here in the bottom of the 3-1 Shepherd. Sterling. That one on the mound. It's actually will stay alive. Nearing pitch number 6 for Standish Sterling. Fourth inning for the Jays. It's going to send not an easy play, a high bounce. Fielded clean by Ben Briggs over into Bartlett for the out. Play in the field, buddy. You always hear, I'm not going to say that one time. It's been fantastic play all the way around from in the field. First pitch to Brad Smith is going to play 1-0 the count. Is going to sweep again. Got some great moves. I'm going to call it sweeper ball. Starts go at the right-handed all the way across. And sometimes catches. Sometimes it doesn't want it to, but it does go location. Braddock Payne to the plate and Preston Kahn. Look at what he did in that first. Loaded. Solid, and also gives some behind the plate. Nabbing Brady Robinson after he singled last inning. Left first, or waiting to see it on the. Actually, it's going to miss. 2-0 now the count.
first time up. Fisher technically 0 for 1. Out. Onto the fence was 2-1. Inning, a 2-run lead, 17-0. That one I just is counts now 3. I thought it would be 3-2, but 3-1. That's gonna miss in Braddock Payne. Stepping up now. Again, he walked his first time up. Inning, Bluejays, Sterling, 2 of the to compete for the this year. Beaver, me through some other great teams aware of. Split with Beaverton. It's like Jack Pine contest. Just lost one tie. Standish obviously 0-1 have this year. If you're shut, take these two, that puts you on track conference. If you're Standish, you win here. You at track. 2-0 do the Panthers here in the bottom of the 4th inning. 0-2. That one's sweeping strike zone once again. Preston Kahn has only gotten better at. He's thrown 80 pitches there for Standish. Be really close if one or not. Travis there to stay by Travis staying alive at 0-2. 4th inning. Lead for ready for the next count. Score 2 over. Boston is still at. Here with some teams, some noise in their districts. Standish softball along with Shepard. Strike 3. Look, he goes down on Shepard. That one person in every single. They've only technically got draw some walks, but then extra a run headed to the 5th inning. 2 Standish with the lead. Due up for Standish at 7, 8, and 9 with Preston Kahn, Norton, and Case and Wendell. Brought to you by Gates Drilling and Service, Carberry Law, and Bill's Custom. And you know, American Grill post game coming. The old they find this is the downtown Mount Pleasant. AC Weber Brothers and BNS Mechanical, along with our public school, hiring bus drivers, and every school needs substitute teachers. It has a little bit of a at ball games. Being at Mount Pleasant Public, go to schools with it. Shout out to everybody to vote yesterday, proving that get learn on at my schools being big sponsor. Or here this beautiful Wednesday we tomorrow as they take on the back on it baseline, so he's quickly behind in the count 0-2. 5 strikeouts through 4. Pardon me, 4 strikeouts through 4 for Sam King. And you take away the 2 Briggs at bats, and he has just been dominant out there. A little jinx as I say that, as this one is a roped out to left field. It's going to be a single for Preston Kahn. Maybe just took a little while, but the bat's now starting to awake here for Standish Sterling. No hits through 3. Then the single and the home run last inning. Now a single here in inning number 5. Sam King only in the mid-50s with his pitch count, so he's still got a way to go. Checks the runner at first. Again, that lefty's got a great pickoff move over to first base. Bunt is down again. It's another sacrifice. King fields it cleanly. And this is exactly where we were back in the 3rd inning. Preston Kahn reached base. It wasn't a hit. It was via walk. Then we had 2 sacrifices from Yorton and Wendell to move him to third base. Ultimately, Collins flew out to right field to end the inning. They couldn't bring in that run. But the way Kahn's been on the mound, he might not be able to finish it, but a run here would be a big, big deal for Standish Sterling if they could get a little bit of insurance heading to the bottom of the 5th inning. The Jays are now down to their final 9 outs, trailing 2-0 here against Standish Sterling. Showing bunt, pulling it back is Kason Wendell. Again, it just shows a whole lot of confidence in Trace Collins at the top of the order for Standish. We've got a pinch runner coming in. And coming in a little bit late, but I don't mind it at all. Kyle will get himself a breather. So they're bringing a runner for him. Digging back in at the plate as Wendell. The count's 1-0. He showed bunt on the first pitch of the at-bat. We'll see if he does here. King checks the runner. That's going to be outside. 2-0 now, the count to Kason Wendell. Got 1 out, top 5. 2-0 the count to the number 9 hitter, Wendell. Runner all on second base. Standish Sterling leads it 2-0 against Shepherd. King checks the runner. Winds, deals. That's going to miss inside. 3-0 now the count to Kason Wendell. This is what you don't want to do if you're Sam King, is walk the number 9 hitter to get it back to the top of the order. Again, Wendell playing shortstop, hitting in the number 9 spot. Sure, he's a fantastic hitter, but the trust they showed in Collins in the 2nd inning with the 2 sacrifice bunts really tells me they've got a lot of trust in Trace Collins and would love for him to come up with a pair of runners on. 3-0 the count to Wendell. Check that runner at second. King winds and deals. That'll be over for a strike. Wendell was taken all the way that time. 3-1 now the count. The shortstop wearing number 15 and the blue and white pinstripes for Standish Sterling. They've got the yellow lettering. Bluejays out there in the all whites. The number on the right chest and the Blue Jay on the left chest. White hats for Standish, blue hats out there for the Jays. Here comes the 3-1 from Sam King. Checks that runner at second, winds and deals. Curveball is just going to hit the high outside corner for strike 2. King has battled back now to run the count full to 3-2. Runner dancing away from second base. Tristan Fisher at a shortstop position. Ready to jump in behind him to see if King can pick him off. King taking his time and checking that runner. Here comes the 3-2. It's going to be fouled back. So Wendell was ahead in the count 3-0. King battled back to make it 3-2. Now Wendell keeps the bat alive. Pitch number 7 of the at-bat upcoming here for Sam King. 2-0. Standish Sterling leads it here in the top of the 5th inning. It's a bunt single from Ben Briggs and a 2-run home run from Sam Briggs. That is the difference in the ballgame right now. It's been great defense behind both pitchers. Preston Kahn has walked a few, but has only given up a couple hits. And that will be ball 4 for Wendell. So now just 1 out, and we're back to the top of the order with a pair of runners on for Standish Sterling. Trace Collins is 0 for 2 on the day. He struck out to start the game, flew out to right field to end the 3rd inning. It was a great catch out in right field from Bryce Smith to end that 3rd inning. Another runner for our Bills Custom Fab fabrication of the game, along with the catch from Sam King and the home run from Sam Briggs. First pitch is going to be high. Collins, the center fielder, batting from the left side. Steps back in. Couple waves of the bat. King prepared. Checks that runner at second. Winds and deals. That's going to miss inside. 2-0 now the count to Trace Collins. Update coming from the softball field. 9-2 is the score heading to inning number 6. They have a meeting on the mound now. We'll see if they do make a change with Sam King on the hill or not. Again, he has been really solid so far. Dealt with a little bit of trouble here and a little bit of trouble the last inning. It's 2-0. Shepherd trails Standish Sterling here in the top of the 5th inning. Standish has 2 runners on. The leadoff hitter is at the plate. It's a 2-0 count to Trace Collins. Tell you what, for Coach Weiss, Coach Bullard, might be a good situation here and maybe try that old hidden ball trick, but Standish is 17-0-1. I don't think Coach Raymond is going to have him falling for anything. King remains on the hill. Collins steps back in. Collins sends one to the outfield here. One more insurance run would be big with Preston Kahn on the mound. We probably will see another pitcher in this game for Standish, as I believe Kahn is in the mid-80s. Still has got 3 innings of Blue Jays to deal with. That one's going to be fouled off by Trace Collins. Counting is now 2-1 to the leadoff center fielder. One out. Top 5. Runners at first and second. 2-1 the count. Collins at the plate. Shepherd trails 2-0 here in this one. King checks that runner. Winds, deals. That one's going to miss low. Count now 3-1 to Trace Collins. On deck is Ben Briggs, who had a bunt single and came around to score after the Sam Briggs home run just last inning. He checks that runner at second. That one's going to be right down the highway for a strike. Taken all the way that time was Collins. I don't mind the take there, though. Just got a walk moments ago from Wendell. If you can get another one here without lifting the bat off your shoulder, it's a big deal. 2-0 the score. Counts 3-2 here in the top of the 5th inning. 2 runners on for Standish Sterling. They already lead it 2-0. King checks that runner at second. He would love to get a punch out here. Winds, deals. This one's going to be fouled out of play down the third baseline. Pitch number 7 of the at-bat upcoming here for Trace Collins. His last time up, he roped one to right field. Bryce Smith made an unbelievable play on it. Would have brought in a runner from third base had it gotten down. Here we go. The payoff pitch once again. King winds, deals. This one's going to be hit down the right field line. It's going to be fair, up against the wall. 1 run is in. They send it in to Pung at second base. It's going to get away from him. Nice job hustling to it by Tristan Fisher. And so it's going to be an RBI double for Trace Collins. And it's now 3-0 Standish Sterling with the lead. Moving up to third base with some nice base running is Case and Wendell. Here comes Ben Briggs. Still just 1 out here in the top of the 5th inning. It's now 3-0 Standish Sterling with the lead. King still in a tough situation now. Those runners at second and third. His first pitch is going to miss high. 1-0 the count to Briggs. King doesn't really need to worry about checking those runners with him at second, third. That one's also going to miss high. 2-0 now the count. And another hit here for Standish would really make this trouble. 3 runs is a lot to deal with in inning 5, 6, and 7. You make it 4 or 5 for Shepherd and make it that much more difficult. That one's going to be on the inside corner for 1 now the count to Ben. Shepherd, Sam Briggs, who just blasted that 2-run last inning in the already 1 run across here in the runners at second. Here comes the 2-1. the suicide squeeze. Perfect. Coming in to score is Wendell. Moving up to third is Collins. Suicide squeeze. First time getting that in. Bunt single. Run. Who homered up. Down. Haynes going back to any whole guys that I have seen hit it straight out here at Shepherd, that to the railroad tracks. King's going to be high on to Briggs. On deck is Riley, stealing his last time up. 2 runs across with runners. Briggs at the plate. He's with a 2-run in this ball game. Now also going to miss 2-0 out to Briggs. Back throw over. Having back safely. Briggs back to bunt single. Bunt single for sure to get a suicide. Deborah not exactly. Big cut that. Sand out. Briggs trying to send a center field. 5th inning. 0-1. Then a column. Bluejays now got to come back from behind. That one's in there. 3-1 now. Sam Briggs. Up a 2-run for the right. King checks that run. Here comes the 3-1. It's in there. It's actually going to get away from Van all 4 anyway. So, but coming in to score for Trace Collins. So Collins guy double inning. Move is via walk is opened up a bit for the 5th inning over Shepherd with Riley stepping to. It'll go line. Very rarely do you see the number 4 hitting down the bunt. Works so far in the. Why not stick? Digs back inside, wearing number 20. It's the navy blue and white for Standish. Jay's out there in the all shortstop for it. For Briggs, Sam. It's an RBI for Riley. And things have up here in inning number 5 with that 4 spot on the board for Standish. Waiting to see if he's going to make a change. Stay with Sam King on the hill. Here comes Carson Coyne to the plate with a pair of strikeouts. Standish with the lead here. Top of the 5th inning. Still just 1 out. There's that 1st and 2nd. Coyne at the plate. Bartlett behind him. Behind him is Preston Kahn, who led off the. Chasing after that one. They look to get third, too. It's going to get away. Stein into the outfield. Another run is going to come for. Briggs entered his base. 0 the score. And that's just kind of the high school ball. It can have a hurt for the Jays over there. They lead at 9. And again, Shepherd leads at 9. Back to back. Take it on Central. Standish ranked in both. 5 runs put up here in the 5th inning for Standish. Still a runner at second base. Plate as Carson counts now 2-0. And it's Brock behind him as winds and deals. To Cole. Is going to now the count. And then it's who led off this inning. Shepard. Both teams 2-3 up 2 in the on the power of a 2-run here in the spot against the Blues. That's going to be on the 4th strike and 2 to Carson Coyne. King checks again. Here comes 3-2. This one's going to be fouled down the 3rd baseline. That one long ways. On single walk side squeeze for a single in this inning. Nothing to score. Put 5th. Have the Panthers. Ranked teams. Here comes another. This one. That run is going to come in. It is now 8-0. Sterling here. With the way things, I think the last thing you thought about was a possible mercy, but now just 2 runs away, and there will be a pitching change on the mound. That'll give us a moment to take a break here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. But Standish Sterling, Sam King held them down for a while, but now here in inning number 5, the only out has been via a sacrifice from Ty Yorton. Panther bats. We'll be back with more right after this on the Sports Network.
GNS Mechanical in Wademan offers service and installation on everything home and business. From a simple filter replacement to furnace, central air service, and install, geothermal, and walk-in coolers and freezers. If you have a need, GNS Mechanical has a solution. Learn more at gnsmechanical.com or call 989-644-2106.
Pure sportsmanship is the most important thing in high school sports. When it comes to your home or business, Pure Plumbing just might be the most important thing. If your plumbing isn't Pure, don't worry, no one needs to see the other angle. For Pure Plumbing, call 989-644-8928 or visit mipureplumbing.com. Mumford Oil and Gas Supply is your one-stop shop for top quality products and procurement in the Michigan oil and gas industry. With over 45 years of experience and a strong commitment to customer satisfaction, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply delivers the best solutions for your oil and gas production, drilling, and service needs. If you need it, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply can get it. Visit them on Fancher Day or give them a call at 989-317-8582.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back to it here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Big shout out to the Panther fans, kind of sitting close, having to deal with listening to this guy. 8-0 the score. Brady Robinson in a very tough spot here, coming out onto the mound. Again, 2 more runs for Standish Sterling. Ooh, boy. Then you're going to have to score a couple for Shepherd here at the bottom of the fifth inning. It's 8-0 here in the top of the fifth. Jays held Standish scoreless through 3, but then 2 in the fourth and now 6 here in the fifth. And here comes another base hit in between third and short. Stopping at second base is the pinch runner for Carson Coyne, but it's another single for Brock Bartlett. And now Standish has officially batted around here in the fifth inning as Preston Kahn is coming back up to the plate. He led things off with a single. Pinch runner came in for him, and they came around to score. It is 8-0. Standish with the lead. Threatening still here in the top of the fifth inning. The only out in this inning was a sacrifice for Ty Yorton, who was on deck. Brady Robinson was in center field. Now on the mound. That one will bounce away. Great job keeping that one in front of him by Tucker Van Alstyne. Kahn digs back in, and he singled the lead off this inning. He's also walked, so 1 for 1 with a run scored on the day, and also walks. Reached both his plate appearances. That one's going to be outside 2-0 the count. Love to some of our great sponsors: G&S Mechanical, E&S Graphics, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply, Weber Brothers Sawmill, Conwinski Construction, Mount Pleasant Heating and AC, along with J&J Auto. 2-0 the count to Kahn. This one's going to be hit towards center field. Not an easy play out there. Tracking, and able to make the catch, but that will allow that runner to tag up from second to third. So you can essentially just call that one a sacrifice fly as well. Here comes Ty Yorton, who had a sacrifice bunt to move Kahn's pinch runner from first to second. So ultimately drove in on the RBI double by Trace Collins. It's 8-0 here in the top of the fifth inning. Left fielder Ty Yorton stepping up the plate. He's technically 0 for 0 on the day because he has 2 sacrifice bunts. Kason Wendell behind him, who's technically 0 for 0 on the day with a sacrifice bunt and a walk, but he does have a run scored. I think we'll actually be able to see Yorton swing the bat here with 2 outs and runners on the corners. That one's going to miss outside. Van Alstyne thought about going down at first, try and nab that runner. But back easily over there at first is Bartlett. This one's going to be hit down the right field line. It'll go foul. 1-1 now the count to Ty Yorton. 8-0 Standish with the lead. This game has changed very, very quickly. If you tuned in early, thought I might as well just tune in late. 2 in the fourth and now 5 in the sixth have opened this game up for Standish Sterling. Blue Jay bats are definitely capable of a rally, but it's going to take something special. First softball game is officially over. 9-2, the Lady Jays a winner over ranked Standish Sterling. So a big win for the Lady Jays there. That one's going to miss outside. Van Alstyne does a great job keeping in front of him. They're daring the throw down to first base, just kind of walking back. I think Bartlett was expecting that runner to come in from third. Coyne's pinch runner. But a great job just keeping that one in front of him by Tucker Van Alstyne. Count is now 2-1. Yorton is back in on the right side. Again, he's technically 0 for 0 on the day with a pair of sacrifices. 8-0 our score. That one's actually going to plunk the batter, Yorton. And so that will load the bases full of Panthers with Kason Wendell at the plate. He's technically 0 for 0 on the day. He sacrificed his first time up, and he walked and came around to score earlier in this inning. So if you're Wendell, a drive to the outfield here that gets in the grass could have Standish threatening to win this one via mercy in 5. Swinging at the first pitch, it's going to get away. They're going to say it wasn't a foul tip. They try and get the runner at home, but sliding in safely from third is going to be the pinch runner, I believe, is number 17 that came in for them to give credit to Ian Emmons. But another run is in. It is now 9-0. Now runners at second and third. If you're Robinson here, if another one gets past the catcher, that could be it. Again, it's 10 runs after 5 innings. It's a 10-run game after 5. That's it. Again, this game started scoreless through 3 for both teams. 2 in the 4th, now 7 here in the 5th inning have opened it up for Standish Sterling. Wendell at the plate, 1-1 the count. There's 2 outs. That one's going to be on the low outside corner, 1-2 now to Wendell. Trace Collins on deck. He already has an RBI double in this inning. Robinson sends that one in. It's going to be setting down the third baseline foul. The count will remain 1-2. That would have been trouble if that would have stayed fair. So Robinson came in from center field. Now on the mound. Here comes the 1-2. Curveball is going to be over for strike 3 to finally get the Jays out of the inning. But 9-0 is now our score. Headed to the bottom of the 5th inning. The Blue Jays have got to get something going here. But it's not going to be easy. Preston Kahn has been really solid on the mound all game long for Standish Sterling. Keep things right here this half inning. But boy, how things can change quickly in baseball. Again, we were headed to the top of the 4th inning. It was 0-0. Then it was a bunt single from Ben Briggs and a 2-run home run from Sam Briggs. Made it 2-0. Then it was a walk from Riley Blanchard. He got nabbed out at second base on a great throw from Tucker Van Alstyne. Then back-to-back strikeouts from Sam King to get out of the inning. Then leading off inning number 5 was Preston Kahn. He singled. Then it was a sacrifice from Ty Yorton. A walk from Kason Wendell. An RBI double from Trace Collins. An RBI bunt suicide squeeze from Ben Briggs. Then Sam Briggs walked. Then it was an RBI single from Riley Blanchard. An RBI single from Carson Coyne. And Bartlett reached base as well. Then it was a sacrifice fly to move up the runners, a hit by pitch, and a strikeout. A couple pass balls in there as well. Now has the score 9-0 heading to the bottom of the 5th inning. The one good news for the Blue Jays, it is the top of the order due up in the 5th, and so maybe you could make some noise yourself if you're the Blue Jays. 9-0 our score headed to the bottom of the 5th inning. Preston Kahn will remain on the mound for Standish Sterling. The due up for the Blue Jays brought to you by our friends at Weefrich Financial, Clark Modular Homes, Woods Household, and Gates Drilling and Service. It's Tristan Fisher, Brady Robinson, and Sam King. And King did come out of this game on the mound, so we'll see if there is a different batter in for him. Again, you had Robinson going out to center field. Didn't exactly see all those replacements on Game Changer. And obviously I want people to watch me here, but if you don't have the Game Changer app, probably should have it for high school baseball, high school softball. Makes it really easy to follow along, whether you're paying or not paying anything. Kind of shows you who is where in the field. Really, really nice. Game Changer app, highly recommended. Doesn't have your boy sounding like a moron and talking through the whole game, but it's a great way to be able to keep up on the scores of our local high school baseball and softball teams. Here comes the 1-0. Big swing and a miss that time from Tristan Fisher. Count is now 1-1. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning. It's 9-0. Standish Sterling really opening things up in that 5th inning with a 7 spot on the board. Fisher's going to take a big crack at that one as well. The count is now 1-2 to the sophomore shortstop. And softball game is over. Blue Jay girls victorious there, 9-2 in game number 1. They're taking a break, celebrating Allison Curtis' birthday, getting ready for game number 2. Long throw. They're going to say Fisher was out at first. It was a really, really close play. A fantastic play deep in the hole at short from Kason Wendell. Stepping up now is a Brady Robinson. Robinson reached via fielder's choice in the first. It's ultimately stranded. In the third, he reached via single. He was caught stealing by Carson Coyne. You know, we've had 2 throwouts at second base today. Not a whole lot of steals going to happen. It is Sam King remaining on deck, probably designated hitter now for the Jays. This one's going to be tipped off the bat by Robinson, fielded on the mound by Kahn, over in time for the out. And so 2 up, 2 down quickly here, just 4 pitches for Preston Kahn, who's at 88 on the day. So if he gets a real quick inning here, maybe could have a chance to finish it out in the 6th and the 7th. King batting from the left side, bases empty, 2 outs. He's going to rope this one for a base hit past third base. It's King on base for the 2nd time today, and the Jays have had a base runner in every inning. They left 3 on in the 1st, 1 in the 2nd, 1 in the 3rd, and 1 in the 4th. They've now got 1 on here in the 5th with Tucker Van Alstyne at the plate. Van Alstyne has reached base both of his plate appearances. He walked in the 1st inning and was stranded at first base. He doubled in the 3rd inning and was stranded there. Looks down to Coach Weiss for the sign. And that runner at first base, you got Sam King. Not necessarily the wheels of Robinson and Fisher, but definitely capable of taking second base on a pass ball. First pitch will be over for a strike for Van Alstyne. Again, Preston Kahn at pitch number 90-91 now at this point. 2 outs. Bottom of the 5th inning. 9-0. Undefeated Standish Sterling Central leads Shepherd. Shepherd coming into this game at 12-3-1. Just 1 loss, 1 tie in Jack Pine Conference play. Standish obviously undefeated in Jack Pine Conference play. They come in at 17-0-1. Their only tie on the year was in Game 2 versus the Essexville Garber Dukes. They weren't able to finish that game. It ended up being a tie in 5 innings, and they did win Game 1 8-1 if you're looking for a tiebreaker in that one. 0-2 now the count to Van Alstyne as he fouls this one off the backstop and kind of sends that regional championship baseball floating. 88, 04, 2009, 2010, 2011. Some of the regional championships with boys baseball team here at Shepherd. Van Alstyne's going to step out. 0-2 the count. 2 outs. Run around first base here in the bottom of the 5th inning. King leads away from first. Kahn checks that runner. Winds and deals with the 0-2. It's going to bounce in there. Nice job holding off on that curveball from Van Alstyne. Kahn has struck out 5 through 4 2/3 now, and make it 6 through 5 as he gets Van Alstyne looking on that one. We're headed to inning number 6. Our score, Standish 9, Shepherd 0. Looking to battle back late here in this one on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Elevate your banking experience. Isabella Bank is your local banking partner. We understand the importance of personalized service, providing solutions that fit your unique needs. When you bank with us, together we can drive positive change and build stronger communities. Experience banking redefined. Make the switch today and experience banking that goes beyond. Isabella Bank. Local. Growing. Staying. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
Bryant Family Farms would like to wish everyone good luck on the field and on the court. Bryant Family Farms offers maple syrup, mums, pumpkins, beef, goats, and fresh cut flowers. With you pick, bouquet arrangements, and subscription flowers. Bryant Family Farms, 3.5 miles south of the casino on South Leeton Road. Visit BryantFF.com or call 989-304-1201. All Seasons Fireworks is a big fan of all the athletes, coaches, officials, and volunteers who make high school sports happen. To make your next event bigger and brighter, stop by All Seasons Fireworks on M20 in Mount Pleasant. Graduations, birthdays, weddings, or a big win become more memorable underneath a night sky lit up by the magic of fireworks. All Seasons Fireworks on M20 in Mount Pleasant.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back to that action here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Coming to you live from our Barberry Law Studios, built by Konwinski Construction. And much love going out to Gates Drilling and Service Appeals, Custom Fab, The Bird, All-American Grill, Clark Modular Homes, Weefrich Financial, and Woods Household Appliance. Top of the 6th inning. If you're Shepherd, you can't give up anything more. And the problem, looks like it's top of the order as well for Standish Sterling. Standing in is number 6, Trace Collins. He's 1 for 3 on the day. He had an RBI double in the 5th inning. First pitch is going to miss. 1-0 the count. Second one from Robinson is going to be on that inside corner. So a lot of times if you're watching, you might say, man, that pitch seems inside, but those batters are standing right over the plate a lot of times in the high school baseball. And if you're a good hitter, you're not afraid of that baseball coming close to you because your thought is, I'm either going to reach base or I'm going to send this thing flying. 2-1 the count as that one misses. One of the reasons why I was never good at baseball. Always scared of that ball standing in there. Here comes a 2-1 from Robinson. Roped right up the middle. Single for Collins. He is now 2 for his last 2. RBI double and now a single in the 5th inning and the 6th inning. Here comes Ben Briggs. He's 2 for his last 2, both of them via the bunt. Wouldn't be surprised to see a sacrifice here from Ben Briggs trying to move that runner up to second base. It's 9-0 here in the top of the 6th inning. 10 runs. Could be a mercy if you're Shepherd. You don't want to let another run come across here. You have to score 1 in the 6th. That one's going to hit that outside corner for Robinson. 0-1 the count to Ben Briggs. Playing second base. Scored 2 runs. Behind him is Sam Briggs, who's also scored 2 runs. Think about that, Zaid Batchelder baller of the game. Now Sam Briggs has got to be on the running, even though I want to give the local kid. They try and get the steal down to first base. That's going to allow the runner to move up to second. And a big shout out to Jackson Curtis bringing me up a cupcake to help celebrate Lila Curtis's birthday. We had a big 9-2 win in the circle for the Blue Jays. 1-1 now the count. We got a different batter in there. Jay Roper is now at the plate with that runner at second base. He shows bunt, he pulls it back. And so Roper out there hitting for Briggs here. See if he'll also take over at second base for Ben Briggs. And Ben Briggs might be warming up to get ready to throw for Standish. 9-0 the score. Still nobody out here in the top of the 6th inning. Standish looking to get that mercy run in from second base. That one's going to miss high. 3-1 now the count to Jay Roper. Roper steps back in, batting from the right side. Robinson checks. He shows bunting once again. He's not able to get it down. Count now 3-2. Roper steps back in. And a possible mercy run at second base for Standish. This one's going to be hit down the third baseline. It'll go foul. We'll do the 3-2 once again. And really, really difficult to have a Allison Curtis cupcake sitting here and not just devour it. Next commercial break, we'll see how much of it we can eat. It's 9-0 here in the top of the 6th inning. Standish with 2 in the 4th, 7 in the 5th inning to build this 9-run lead. This one's going to be sent up the middle. That'll be a base hit that'll bring in run number 10. Collins comes in on the RBI single from Roper. And it is now 10-0. Standish Sterling with the lead. And if you're Shepherd, you're going to have to get at least 1 in the 6th inning to give yourself another opportunity in inning number 7. Another substitution coming in. Oh, no, pardon me. Sam Briggs remains in the game. He's got a 2-run home run in the 4th, walked and scored in the 5th. In the 1st inning, he flew out to right field. This one's going to be hit hard towards third. Nice play from Van Alstyne. Look to get that lead runner. Now look for the double play.